How we doing? You out there in the breeze? Let's take you over here. Just a little bit late. I didn't get around early enough today. So let me get things opened up here, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna close the door. It'd be too breezy. I'll show you this. There you go. Years ago, a little bit dusty. Years ago, we ran a bar up in Kansas. Mom and Dad bought a bar years ago, and one of the customers that came in all the time, he reconditioned that and gave that to me. Trash, dirty, dirty, dirty. It is humid today. Sticky, sticky. Oh, sticky humid. There, let's get you down here. There we go. How's that? How y'all doing, everybody? Let's see here. Here we all got. Let's see here. Put the little glasses on. I'm getting where I can't see these little letters. The Zero TV Squad. You were first. What's up, Sasnak? How are you doing today? Hi, everybody in chat. Hope all is well. There we go. Keith, you're second. Hello, Stan. Keith and Lori from Ohio. Bam Bam, you're third. You're slipping, Bam Bam. You're slipping. I'm just saying, you're slipping. And Brenda, good morning. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Brenda. Emma Brown, the wheels on the bus not going round and round. Yeah, there you go. Tick, tick, tick. Probably because I was late. I imagine that's what that's about. Pointing out that the clock is ticking. And I'm not live like I said it was going to be at noon, so it's only about 10 minutes later, so not bad. What do we got here? No, the wheels on the bus aren't going round and round because the bus is still sitting in the shop waiting on one part, a hard to find motor mount. So he's looking for that. He found it, I think, in California, and it's being shipped. Don't know when it'll get here. I think he told me on Monday they were shipping it. Well, FedEx and UPS only take a couple days, and it's this little round, about the size of a beer can, Coke can. That's about all the bigger it is. You wouldn't think it would take that long to ship, but I stopped by yesterday. About midday yesterday, I stopped by the shop. Pam and I took off, went up to the city. Went to Arlington, Grand Prairie, Arlington area, I guess. Went up to Arlington and went to this flooring place, trying to figure out, I've already got flooring in the bus, but trying to figure out a way to make kitchen counters, attractive kitchen counters. And I got an idea. For one, I was just gonna make a butcher block countertop, kind of like what's in the van. And while doing research for that, I come across on Home Depot's website, there was a real pretty teak countertop. Boy, that was interesting, real pretty and everything. Well, then got to learn a little bit more, and that ain't teak. Whatever wood they were using wasn't teak. So the picture was false, and so I didn't order that because of, you know, teak is a real good wood, but it's not. There's not a lot of character to it. You know, it's kind of just plain brown. It's got a lot of oil in it. It's real good for, you know, like the old wooden ships and stuff back in the, you know, the sailing days. You know, stuff like that. It was really good wood for building, you know, stuff. You know, the furnishings inside of like in the captain's quarters and stuff, because it's got lots and lots of oil, so therefore it resists rot real well. But it's not ugly wood. It's just, I wanted something that, well, you know, really caught your eye. And anyway, so got to think, well, you know, that flooring I put on the floor of the bus, there's different colors and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, well, we just buy some flooring and just glue it to like an MDF board and make my own countertop, you know. And it'd be a lot cheaper too. That teak from Home Depot was going to be like $400 per board, and I needed 2 of them, one for each side. It's going to be about over $800. That's a lot of money. So anyway, she got looking around here a week or so ago, a couple weeks ago, I guess, and found this place in Arlington. It was a floor showroom, you know, for flooring. So anyway, I went up there a week and a half ago, and I come up with a good idea. So I want to run it by her because she's kind of in charge of decorating in this thing, making things match, making things look good and all that. So I gathered her up. Oh yeah, Pam she's unemployed. She is unemployed. She lost her job after all these years. Poor Pam. She doesn't have to get up and go to work anymore. Now Monday was her last day. October 31st, Halloween was her very last day. So she's been enjoying sleeping in the morning. Uh-oh, this ain't gonna work again. No, I'm having trouble with this thing. So I gathered her up yesterday. We went up that flooring place and looked around, and I was looking at acacia wood, and it's real dramatic, different colors and, you know, shades and everything in it. There's really almost not white, but like a cream color, and there's dark browns and medium browns. There's all kinds of different colors in this acacia wood. It's real pretty, and I went up there with the idea of getting that, and it was solid acacia. It's about 3/4 of an inch thick, tongue and groove. And while we were up there, took a sample of the flooring that is in the bus, and it just didn't quite match. It just, you know. So we sitting there kind of looking at it, and looked around all these different. We talked to the salesman for a while and everything, and I just, you know, of course, you know, we could just put, you know, a granite countertop or, you know, marble countertop or something like that in, but that's just too heavy and way too expensive. And I said, don't you guys make like the click-in flooring, you know, the snap-together flooring? Don't you make that that looks like marble and granite and different, you know? Oh yeah, right over here. We went over and looked, and they have, it's 2-piece or 2 foot by 1 foot sections, and you put it in on the floor. You would put it in like you would bricks, like overlap 50%, you know, every other layer as you lay it down. Anyway, I like you put tiles down or something. And we got to looking at it, and we grabbed the sample, and hey, it matches pretty good, you know. That brownish gray, that wood that it's in the bus, which I don't have here. Let me go get a piece. There's not really a gray, but it's just got a color to it, you know. Okay, and that acacia wood just wasn't going to match very well. It just didn't really look right. Okay, and this is just pure vinyl. There's no wood to this. This is vinyl, pure vinyl, and that's what's in the bus. Okay. So we got to look at this marble stuff, and we went with that. So that color brown floor with a kind of a white marbleish looking countertops, and I can cut it all up and hopefully make it look right without making it look cheesy. Hopefully it will come out well. And so anyway, that's what we did yesterday. Spent most of the day doing that. And today she's got to go over to her mother's house. Last Friday, her mother turned 90 years old, so we had a little birthday party for her over on Friday. 90 years old and still in pretty good health. She's got small little issues, but you know, high blood pressure is her worst problem. She's got high blood pressure, but other than that, she's in pretty good health, I think. You know, for being 90 years old, she's in pretty good health. So anyway, we did that on Friday. If you noticed, I haven't done anything with the bus because I don't have it. Why? Because I'm waiting for that stupid part. I'm waiting for them to get their stupid part in so they can put the bus back together. They got the motor all put back together. They're waiting on that motor mount because the rubber was disintegrated in, you know, the bushing that was in there had just basically dried up, you know, and was falling apart. So yeah, that sounded like a really good thing to put in. Since we have this all tore apart, let's put that in. But that's the one part that's taken so long to get. So we're waiting on that. As soon as he gets that part in, he can press that, you know, press the bushing into the piece that bolts onto this and just start reassembling everything and probably take half a day to put it all back together to be done. So I'm really, really hoping he gets that part today or yesterday. I don't know. I was there about noon yesterday and he said, I'm still waiting for that part. You know. So hopefully we'll get it. He says it's on the way, been shipped apparently. So I don't know. But whenever it gets in, I figured it'll take him a day, you know, to put it all together because he's going to have to press that bushing into that pipe for the mount and all. Anyway, we'll put it in a press and push it all in there. But he said one of the tricks is you take the bushing, which is on the inside, you put it in the freezer overnight and let it freeze, and then the metal you heat it up. So heating, contraction, and you know, contraction and expansion and contraction of materials. The rubber part you put in the freezer to try to condense it down, get it smaller, and then the pipe you heat it up with a torch and get it nice and big, and then you can slide them in there. And then as they cool off or heat up, you know, and normalize temperature, it seats in there real well apparently. So anyway. So hopefully that's what they're doing today, and we'll get it back tomorrow night, maybe, at best. At worst, maybe early next week. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just like chomping at the bit, getting my bus back out here so I can keep working on it, you know. So that's about it. That's all I got for you today. The rest of it, I guess, is just me shooting the breeze with you. So let's see what you all got to say. Let me get you a little closer here. I'm going to read comments. All right. I guess Elon Musk finally got the Twitter. Got that Twitter bot thing, I guess. So, and the libs are having a freaking cow. Scared to death that they're not going to be able to bullshit everybody, you know, again, you know, keep bullshitting people. So, and shutting people down when they have an opposing point of view, you know. Yeah, Brenda. Yeah, it's supposed to be a little thunderstorm. Rain tomorrow. It's really muggy today. It's all that moisture coming out of the Pacific and coming up here. And if you're watching the weather, there's a big storm system that's up in the northwest right now, and that's supposed to swing south along the Rockies and then come back, you know, around El Paso and then turn and come back up north toward the Midwest. And that's supposed to pull a bunch of moisture up, and we're supposed to have some rain and a few thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, evening. But they didn't talk like it was going to be something, you know, major. Just, you know, there would be a little thunder rumble, you know, and some lightning or something. And it didn't. It's just normal here in the Midwest. It's not a big deal. So, but yeah, hopefully rain tomorrow. We can always use more rain. Let me scroll back here and find out where we're at. Okay. Oh, You know, I'm not gonna have, this is not gonna be a very long video today, hopefully. I say that, it'll be 2 hours. But I'm not gonna bother with the slow chat and all that kind of stuff. I won't be on here very long. So let's see. Camper Van Mark Motorway Runner. Hello, big man. Hey, how you doing? Gunner. Hey, how you doing, Gunner? Hi from Georgia. B. Forrester. Nellie V. Hope Stan, hope you have a great day. Love your show. Boy, that wind is already whipping. It is. Are you hearing a lot of wind noise here? I don't think it's blowing that hard right here. So, hello everybody. Hello. Hey Ellen, how you doing? Lisa, Island Girl, Miss Pearl, Linda, Damon Walker, Lisa D. 37 and cold. All right. Must be up north a ways. Looks like you're taking part in No Shave November. Yeah, I don't know. I just got lazy and wasn't shaving, and next thing you know, I got a beard, you know. And this is, I don't know, about a month's worth of growth, I guess, through October. Probably the last time I shaved was probably late September, something like that. And I haven't shaved anywhere. You know, down here on the neck, I haven't done it. It's just it's grown out. So this is me in the raw. Let's see. I lost my place here. There we go. No Shave November. Okay. Tom Reese, good day in Kansas backwards. There you go. Frederick MD. Fredneck MD. Welcome to Maryland. 75 degrees today. Here you go. That's about what it is here. 70s. Auto parts in general are hard to find. Yeah. Most of the parts that they needed for this bus and everything, everybody had, except that bushing, that motor mount. That's the one that's being hard to find. And he's already tore the old motor mount apart, so you've got to wait on it, you know. You can't put the old one back in. 36 and low here in the valley of Northern California today. Woo, cool off for sure. Yeah, Nicholas, that's where that front, or that system is coming down through. So yeah, I guess I was looking on, I guess it was on Facebook the other night or whatever, and they had pictures of up here in Northern California on 80 on Donner Pass, you know, Truckee up in that area, and they were getting some snow. It wasn't terrible, but you know, they were getting some snow up there. Yeah, shipping is very hit and miss. Also, no matter what they promise. Yeah, I won't ship tiny packages with UPS. They punish you with terrible prices for small pieces. Okay. I don't know how they ship it. I assume UPS, maybe FedEx. I mean, it's just about the size of it. It's about that big. It's about how big it is. You know, it's not. It's just a rubber bushing about that big around, about that long, about 4 to 5 inches long. So, Don T. Rump, morning, checking in from the desert. There you go. Lisa D, always check the cabinet places for scrap. Sometimes they have nice things for cheap. Yeah, there you go. Hi from Rhode Island, Stanley. There you go. Going to have bad weather here today, possible hail, high winds, and tornadoes. It's supposed to hit about the same time I get off work. There you go. Supposed to have bad weather here tomorrow. They shouldn't say where. So, but I like the beard. Okay, I don't know. I've grown beards before. The last time I had a beard, it was brown. Yeah, it's getting a little gray. Scrap and architectural pieces. Okay. Sasnak chat. Dutch Hound lover. Somebody they're shooting a gun over there. That's what I love about Texas. You can sit here on your porch, and off in the distance, you can hear people shooting guns. No, people aren't afraid to have a gun in this state. Yeah. Like the color of the beard, I guess. One day it'll all be gray. My dad, he's speckled, even at his age, 78, 79 years old now, and he's salt and pepper gray. He's not pure gray like you would think. But he had black hair. I have brown hair. My dad had black hair. My mom had brown hair. So I get all my facial, the bone structure and everything from my dad, but I get all my hair from my mom's side of the family. My grandpa was bald, completely bald up here. You know, that perfect, you know, bald on top and that Roman wreath hairdo. on my grandpa's side. So I've got my grandpa, my mom's side of the family. I got my grandpa's hair color and pattern or whatever. Oh, let's see here. I lost my place here. Well, I gotta scroll back until I find where I was at. Wow. Okay, there we go. Like the beer. Scrap mark. Connecticut, gorgeous day. Weatherproofing the deck. There you go. Like the color. Only 70 likes and 147 watching. Yeah. Yeah. So hit that like button, folks. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't cost you a dime. Howdy Snack Pack. Hope everybody's doing fine. If you buy a bus like that, people should jump on the mechanics first, i.e. drivetrain front end. Yeah, thank you, Rick. That's good. After you buy a bus like that, people should jump on the mechanics first, i.e. drivetrain, front end, brakes, etc. But they never do. It's like they buy a bus, they build the whole interior out, and then they drive their very first trip out, they drive along and something breaks, and they're like, well, I put all this work into this bus and it broke on me. Well, because you didn't do any preventive maintenance, you know. Not just changing oil, but, you know, getting in there and looking to see what could break. So it breaks here while you're at a shop you can get it fixed at. This is going to be an expensive all the way around fix. But I'm probably going to spend more on this mechanic and all things that we fixed here. New radiator, well, not new, a record radiator, the the charge air system was good. It was checked and it didn't have any leaks. The water pump was starting to leak a little bit, and so we're putting a new water pump in. I mean, we've got the whole front of the bus off right now. It might as well fix it. It's right there. Fix it. You know, put it all back together. You go, you know, a week down the road, and you get out in Arizona somewhere, and the thing breaks. Now you're sitting on the side of the road, broke down, and now you're waiting in Phoenix for 2 weeks, waiting for a part to come in. You know, and meanwhile, where do you stay? You know, bus is in the shop, so you got to get a hotel. You know, fix it before you leave. You know, that's kind of what I'm hoping to catch most of the stuff, and more than likely, all the stuff I finally catch and I think I've got fixed, and get out there and drive down the road, and something that I didn't check will break. You know, that's how it seems to work. Every time I don't touch the phone here, it scrolls all the way to the very newest video or newest comment, and I got to scroll back and find out where I was at. Here we go. Okay, Rick Johnson. Okay. Patricia, I miss you, friend, sending heartfelt. I miss you, my friend, sending heartfelt positivity. There you go. Thank you, Ron Reese. That old bus sounds like some of us old men, dried up and falling apart. Actually, I think the bus is in pretty good shape bus. It's not new, of course, but I think it's in pretty good shape. It's just all these little things that, you need to address. Gidget Laster, hello Stan from Tennessee. Congratulations to Pam on her retirement. Yes, I think she's going to enjoy it. She's already in a better mood. The last few months, she just kind of grumbly and growly and everything, And the last few days, she's been in a much better mood. I joke around and cut up with her a little bit. She doesn't like, shut up, leave me alone, Emma Brown, okay with that beard growing out? I see a future Santa Claus. I don't know, was Santa Claus bald? I don't think he was. Good day from Ohio. There you go, Stuart. Don T. Rump, look for your triumphal return to Twitter. Look for my triumphal return to Twitter. There you go. Lisa, I've never been on Twitter, so Lisa D, hello from Oregon. I might have to get on Twitter now. Yeah. We'll see how it works out if it actually becomes a positive place to be. Been out of the loop. You retired now? No, I'm not retired. I'm trying to get out of trucking, okay? And I want to retire from trucking, but still do some work here and there, which is the idea of that other job that I've been doing, that I did last month in September. When I go and haul, not haul, but do that marketing stuff. Anyway, so my thought is get out of trucking, but still do transportation kind of stuff, you know, but not in an 18-wheeler semi. Skip forward again. Lost my place. There we go. Please. Okay. Am I retired? No, like I said. Okay. Xena algorithms. Okay. Bob Helms, just saw you were live. Thought I'd pop in and say hi from Mesa, Arizona. Hey, Rob, how you doing? Don T. Rump, I'm back on Twitter. There you go. Jeff Lucas, have you voted yet? No, I haven't. I'm going to wait till election day. I don't believe in this pre-voting and mail-in voting and absentee vote. No, go down to the damn place and vote on election day. Simple as that, you know. And if you can't get your ass up and go to on election day, guess what? You don't get to vote. My opinion. I think you ought to go down there in person on election day and vote. I don't like any of this mail-in ballot. That's how they cheat. Don't get me on my soapbox. Okay, dang Stanley, you're looking almost as scruffy as me. That's Bam Bam. Ryan Hall, y'all saying it's going to be bad. I guess they're talking about the election or maybe the weather. I don't know. Anyway, Brenda Whitlock, on the countertops, I would want to make sure the material is as heat-proof and cut resistance as possible. I don't know about heat-proof. I assume it'd be pretty heat-proof. What am I going to put on it? I mean, I don't have a habit of taking a frying pan off the stove and putting it on the countertop. I don't have a habit of doing that. But it's waterproof because it's pure vinyl, just like this stuff. It's fairly thick though. It's about 1/4 inch thick stuff, and it's pretty durable. I mean, you walk on it and don't scratch it up, so you know it ought to be pretty durable. I mean, you can't use it as a cutting board, of course, but that's why you use a cutting board. Let's see. Vote, guys. Your life depends on it. Yep, that's right. Don't vote until November 8th and do it in person. Thank you, Xena. Don T. Rump, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, Nevada desert. Good look. There you go. Looking different, brother. Yeah, Tom and Jerry, I'm looking different. Yeah, I got the beard. Yeah. Dash on Lover, agree with Xena. Patty Bowling, there she goes with the letters. Good to see you, Stan. Yeah, GTSY. Good to see you. There you go. I think I got that right. Bob Helms, as long as it's not you in the raw naked. Oh my God. You don't want to see me naked. No. Florida, 85 and no humidity. Okay, there you go. 85 and overcast in Oklahoma, or 68 in overcast in Oklahoma. Someone in the buff. No, you guys don't want to see me in the buff. Just need my hat. Yeah. Well, come that time of year, I'm still wearing shorts and stuff. Come that time of year where I put jeans on, I'll start wearing my hat again. We have a perfect sunny day out here in Yuma, Arizona. Yep, I know. It's beautiful out there this time of year. Beard looks good on you. They even tell us to wait until the end of the day. Keep them guessing. Harder to make illicit changes. Yeah. I'll get into that a little bit about the election and what I think of it. Anyway, Dallas, Fort Worth, and up through Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri. Yeah, that's where that storm's going to come up through. For travel here, Jonathan, I'm asking you. Hi Stan, for travel here, Jonathan. I asked you when you got your bus, if it was yours I saw parked at Eagle's Net Grill. No, I haven't went anywhere in this bus. I bought the bus, brought it home, and I took it down to, drove it to Pam's house to wash the roof off, power wash the roof off. And then last week I drove it to the mechanics, and that's it. So I haven't drove it hardly anywhere. The Prevost, the only time I bought the Prevost, I went to Arizona, spent about a month out there, and turned around and came right back, and that's all I did with the Prevost. So, 50 to 60 here in Phoenix, there you go, Prevost. All I can say is I'm glad we went through the 2020 problem. We will never be so stupid again. I don't know. People can be pretty stupid. They were stupid enough to vote for him in 2020. Oh, howdy ho, 85 in Florida, Vancouver, BC Island, Jay Bray. There you go. Jane Bray, hi from Vancouver Island, BC. I got a friend of mine, well, I never met him. He's a YouTuber that I like to watch. Justin, I don't know his last name, Justin. He goes by Justin Credible. Justin Credible, or Just Incredible. Get it? Play on words. But he bought some property out there on Vancouver Island, overlooking a bay. Beautiful, beautiful view. His mother passed away 2 years ago, I think, something like that. And he inherited some money from her, and he used that money to go out and buy some property. He was a van dweller, living in a van. Living in Vancouver is kind of like, Vancouver is Canada's version of San Diego. Nice weather and extremely expensive. So he went out there on that island and almost up on a cliff, almost looking over this big valley or this big bay, and you can see the what do they call them? Not the trolley, the ferries. The ferries coming from the mainland out to the island and everything. He sat there and watched all that. And it's just, he's got a beautiful view up there. He's got this little dinky house, and he had by building codes and everything. If you build a house that's only so big by so big, you don't have to have any permits or any of that kind of stuff, So if it's basically the idea is you have your house, you have permits for it, but you build a little wood shed or a little shed out back or something, you don't have to get a permit for it. He built a house the size of a garden shed, and he lives in it. So, skipped forward too far here. There we go. Anyway, I like watching his channel and everything. Justin Credible. Justin Credible is his channel. Look, sunburnt. I ain't getting no sun. I ain't sunburnt. Maybe just the color of the sky today is making it look that way. I don't know. Was Santa bald? Why don't you think he wore a hat? I don't know. I just never thought of Santa as being bald. Stan is doing the Travis McGee retirement, a little at a time. I don't know who Travis McGee is, but I got kicked off Twitter same day as number 45, thinking about going back. There you go. What about teaching driving instead of driving? No. I did that back in 2000, 2001, 2002, right along in there. I was a trainer and I hated it. No. I didn't mind the teaching part of it. It was the living with the other driver, putting up with the other driver. Two grown men crammed in a little small truck. It's kind of hard. Dave Daly, vote red. There you go. Canada is having an inquiry now on a freedom protest and the police beating us. Yeah, there you go. Get what's his name? Trudeau. Get Trudeau out of there. It'll make your country a hell of a lot better. Every time I sit there and talk about, Biden, it couldn't get any worse. I don't know. I think if I had the choice of the two, I think I'd rather have Biden than Trudeau. That sounds odd for me to say that, but That's your dough. He's bad. He's bad. Yeah, he is bad, bad, bad. Okay, Barbara Jones. Why so long till election are they allowing to vote? I think it's too long. Yeah. Lisa D. He did the training routine a long time ago. Yeah. Twitter now can tweet, but keep checking. Will you be coming to the Northwest when the bus is, when you're done with the bus? Yeah, that's kind of the idea. Hopefully, we'll go out to Quartzsite, hang around there for 3 or 4 weeks, maybe something like that, and then start motivating north. Might jump out into California. I don't mind going to California. I just don't like the trucking in California. I don't like their politics, and the trucking is, involved with their politics. So California can bite me as far as that goes, but it's a beautiful state. There's a lot of stuff to see there. So as a vacation or retirement, stuff like that, to go see stuff, there's a lot of stuff to go out and check out. So yeah, I wouldn't mind running out there for that. But when it comes to trucking, I don't ever want to go back out there again. Let's see. But yeah, work your way out west, and then through the spring as it warms up, head north. And I'm expecting sometime in the spring, hopefully March, April, somewhere along in there, they call me and say, hey, we've got a tour for you. And I go off and do that tour. So at that point, what do? Do I bring the bus back here to the shop, put it inside the shop, and take the van and drive up to Wisconsin and do that tour for 2 months, 3 months, whatever, 4 months, however long it takes, whatever that tour lasts as. And then when that's done, come back down here, get in the bus, and then take off and head back out west or north or whatever. Head up into the Rockies somewhere, I don't know. If they don't call me, I'll just, until they call me, I'm just gonna start working my way north with the weather, and just, Pam, where do you wanna go today? I don't know, I think it's pretty nice here. Okay, we'll just stay here. I'm getting bored sitting around here, let's go. So we can drive off and find something else to go do, go somewhere else to see. So yeah, we'll plan on traveling north and eventually get up there to the Northwest. I lost my place here. Okay, you're doing the no shave November. Now, just lazy and haven't bothered shaving. And I don't know, it's growing out. So I think when I get done, I'll probably trim this all up and, kind of clean it up, make it look good. But wait till it gets growed out good before I do that. Yeah, Jared, Just Incredible is one of the original van YouTubers back in when Sasnak got interviewed by Hobotech. I got you guys. Some of you guys know me because of the Hobotech interview. Tom and I both started our channels right about the same time. I don't know exactly when he started his, but it's right about the same time. And we interviewed each other. He interviewed me on his channel. I interviewed him on his channel, or on my channel. And we just, kind of scratching each other's back kind of thing, Just Incredible rocks. Yeah, and Just Incredible is very, for a Canadian, and I don't mean this as a slam Canadians, but for a Canadian, he is very outspoken. Most Canadians are just very, very nice and, don't want to ruffle feathers and stuff. And he's right out there. Oh, okay. Yep, Marine Flaherty. Yeah, Marine Flaherty. I voted by mail in Tennessee. I'm disabled, but the local state require my Social Security number. We do have early voting as well for walk-in traffic. Yep. And when I say you ought to vote in person on election day, there are exceptions for people in nursing homes or stuff like that. People that aren't very mobile. Okay, I do agree with that. But when they do all this, let me get through these real quick, and then I'll get on to the voting crap. Here we are. You're gonna take the bus out to Camper Van Kevin's property? I don't even know where. I don't know much about Camper Van Kevin. I've met him. He's a real nice guy. I don't I'm not interested in his channel. I've watched it a little bit, and it's just not my thing. I've got other stuff I'd rather watch. He's a nice guy, a super nice fellow. But yeah, I don't know much about what Camperman Kevin does because I don't keep up with him. I guess somebody said he bought some property somewhere. I just like Hobotech bought some property, but I don't know where, when, or why, or I don't know anything about that. I've met him. He's a nice fellow. You know, I have nothing bad to say about him. I spend my time on YouTube doing other things, watching other stuff. Should have taught. Bam Bam just got a $2,800 property tax bill. There went any chance at quartzite money. Okay. Are you retired? Come to California. Guys got to go. Just reading some of these, don't really know what they mean or whatever, so I'll skip over them, I guess. Free Jeremy Brown, J6 political prisoner, 20-year combat vet, special forces, locked up for 400 days. Yeah, see, that's not very American, I don't think. You know, I don't have a chance. I don't even have even got any, court dates or anything like that. I don't know. People with eyes can never unsee 2020. Yeah, hopefully. Excellent retirement travel plans, I think. Yeah. Hello from Canadian truck driver. I know people who God last can't complain. Okay. Hope they go after the government for the treatment of the J6ers. Yeah, there you go. One of these days they'll get all this shit straightened out. If they don't, it's because we went communist, you know. But if we ever get some of this stuff, and the thing is, you know, Biden and people like him, if you don't agree with them, they try to demonize you and say that you're a radical or something like that. No, I just don't agree with the bullshit you're coming up with. And that's part of America is if you don't agree with something, speak up. You know, there's a lot of countries when you don't believe in something, you know, you don't like what they're doing. If you speak up, they kill you. You know, like Iraq or Iran. You know, you don't like what they're doing, they round you up and kill you. Simple as that. Shut you up that way. You know, and we don't do that here in America. At least haven't. I don't know if they're gonna try to do that someday or not. I don't know. Oh, there goes the bull. Hey, check it out. The bull's on the move. There he is. You see him right there? That's the bull. And he's walking toward the girls. They're all out there laying down. And he's going, I think I'll go out and sniff around. That's Ferdinand the gay bull. Oh, Lord. Ferdinand the gay bull. He walked out. He walks out and stops and looks at him. He's like, well. I was talking to a neighbor here a week or so ago, and I jokingly told him about, you know, people on my YouTube, they think the bull's gay. He's done his job. I just don't see it. The other bull, the other bull, he sold him his big old bull, and he sold him, and he got this younger bull. This bull's about a year and a half old is all, and he's still. I don't know. He's still trying to get his groove on, I guess. But the other one, the old bull boy, he was just constantly on him. You know, what they do is they come up and, you know, whenever he sees a cow peeing, he walks up and smells their pee and tells him whether they're in heat or not. You know. This one I ain't seen him do it once. It's like I don't care. So that's why I got to joking about him being gay. I think I got a gay bull. Oh, he laid down. He went over and laid down in between them, or amongst them. Out there just chewing their cud right now. Okay, what else we got? Oh. Okay, I was just reading exports of oil from U.S. to Asia are rising. What the hell? Yeah, it's just, God, don't get me started. I'll get on my soapbox. Yep. Just read exports on oil from U.S. to Asia are rising. What the hell? That's the take. What's your take on the diesel situation, this so-called coming shortage? It's all manipulated, folks. It's all manipulated. And I keep going back to this. In 1939, we weren't in World War II yet. The Japs hadn't bombed Pearl Harbor. Yeah, I said Japs, but that's what they called them at the time. The Japanese hadn't bombed Pearl Harbor yet. We weren't in World War II. We were helping England with Lend-Lease, giving them airplanes and all that kind of stuff, but giving them, materials. But we weren't actually in war yet. Okay, 1939. Hitler, he's well entrenched in power in Germany. What would happen if we would have elected Hitler as president of the United States in 1939 or 1940? What would have happened? What would he have done to America? And I just can't help but think he'd have done exactly what Biden's been doing. Just everything he can to screw this country up. Every time he does something, it's like, what can I do to screw this country, screw this economy, screw everything up? What can I do to screw everything up? It's just, ugh. And I get so frustrated at the damn stuff because it just, and the most frustrating stuff is there were enough idiot people that voted for him that they got close enough that I believe they stole the election, but but anyway, yeah, it's just the fact they couldn't have stole the election had they not been close enough to steal the election. You can't steal it. If they only got 20% of the vote and we got 80% of the vote, okay, they couldn't have stole it. The irritating thing to me is they were 49 and 49%, and that 2%, they stole that 2%, and it just irritates me. There's 49% of the people stupid enough to vote for the idiot, legitimately vote for him. But anyway, the sun's starting to come out a little bit. Let's see. We got more comments here. It only takes about 6 seconds for a bull to do his job. And I haven't seen those 6 seconds, is what I'm getting at. Yeah, they're sending oil and gas to create a shortage here. Was it last week? I talked about it last week. Here Biden is, he's like, well, we have this thing called fossil fuels, oil, gas, and non-renewable sources. Let's just say that. And we want to get off of that. We want to get off the oil. So they do everything they can to make oil unattractive to people. And okay, don't buy a car. Don't buy a gasoline car or a diesel car. Don't buy a petroleum vehicle. Don't with a gas engine. Go buy an electric car. But then they don't ever have any plans of how are we going to charge the damn things. Oh, we're going to put some solar panels and we're going to put some windmills out of it. But that ain't enough. That ain't enough, folks. And they sit there and they want you to not buy cars, gas cars. They want you to buy an electric car, but then they say don't charge it. We don't have enough electricity to charge it. They don't have a very good plan, is what I'm getting at. And it just. What would Hitler do? The old thing, what would Jesus do? What would Hitler do? If Hitler was president, what would he do? If Hitler was president of the United States, if he was still alive today, and he wanted to, and he got voted in as president of the United States, what would Hitler do? and then go back and look at what Biden has done, and I guarantee you look at it and go, my God, you know, it's just, yeah, and then we're getting illegal immigrants, people, just alone, taxpayer money we spend on illegal immigrants, food, housing, cell phones, yeah. It's just, just irritating. And we can fix it, folks. You can fix it. Next Tuesday, you can fix it. Go out there and vote and get them bastards, get them out of there. Not just Biden, but the rest of them. Get them out of there. You know, and you people out in California, you're stupid enough to keep voting Pelosi and people like that in, and which is Newsom. You're stupid enough to vote them in. I don't feel a damn bit sorry for you. I hope they quit selling cars. You guys have to walk everywhere. You know, if you're that damn dumb, then good. Hoof it. Get a bicycle. Guess what? China used to have bicycles, and they're getting out of bicycles, getting into cars. Okay? Now, we're the other way around. We have cars, and they're trying to get us out of cars into bicycles. We're going the wrong way, folks. They're pushing us in the wrong damn direction. So, I don't know. I'm not. I was in a good mood. Don't piss me off, people. But I guarantee you, next Tuesday, I will not be here. I will be downtown, and I will be voting. I don't give a shit if the line is 4 miles long. I'll be voting. So, people. Well, the bull went and laid down, and all the cows got up. They said, we don't want nothing to do with it. And they got up there and they're walking around. When I get that, he's out of sync with them. You know? They go down and lay down. He's over here on the other side of the pasture. And then, I think I'll go over and lay down with the girls. He goes and lays down. They're done chewing their cud. They get up and they go grazing. He's like, well, damn. Maybe they don't like him. I don't know. Oh, mercy. So, all right, folks. Well, an hour. I should have gone on the computer and put the stuff out, the slow mode, but I didn't. So, but I don't see a whole lot of real bad stuff going on here. All the comments seem to be okay. So I don't think we have any. I don't think we have any idiots here today. Wow. Let's see, Chris Ferrari. Newsom was not voted in by we the people. How can you not see that? We tried to recall him even, and the powerful people that support him made us all look like fools. Do you actually believe that? I don't know. I don't know much. I just know he's a pain in the butt. Get him out of there. I don't know how he got in. I don't know what the backstory is on how he got in. If he didn't get voted in, what happened? If he didn't get voted in, how the hell did he get in there then? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. That's California. I don't pay attention to their crap. You know, until they start doing shit like they do. But yeah. Has anyone else noticed that gas stations have cut off the ability to pay at the pump with your credit card after they're closed? Kind of weird that it's happened preceding the diesel shortage. Yeah, I don't know much about. I haven't bought any diesel in a long time, so I don't know. I got truck driver friends that are out there driving around, and they don't mention it, so I don't know if there is a diesel shortage. I don't know, but. Yeah, Bam Bam. Just those deplorables today. There's not any trolls out there today apparently. So. California wants to forbid diesel trucks from their roads. How will they get their deliveries? Good point, Patty. Good point. How do they think they get shit? It just magically shows up. They don't. That gallon of milk at the grocery store just. I guess, Barbara Eden and Jeannie, she's boom, boom, bing. What can I do for you, master? Here's your stuff. It just magically appears. They don't get it. they're so out of touch with, and not all Californians. There's a bunch of good Californians, but there's enough idiots out there that just, you know, God. And the thing is, you keep voting the idiots in. So. There's always been all this talk about taking California and cutting it in two, Northern and Southern California, kind of like they did North and South Dakota, or West Virginia and Virginia. You know, you'd have Northern California and Southern California. Cut it. I don't know where you cut it, somewhere along in there. That'll never happen. You know, they keep. You know, they keep. Think, boy, wouldn't that be great if that happened? But then the Democrats are like, ain't no way that will ever let that happen, because California is their super state. As long as they control that super state, with all the electorals and everything, they are very powerful. Why would Democrats in California agree to cut the state in half and lose all that power that they have? So it won't ever happen. But it would be nice if it did. You know, and people talk about it. I've heard it, you know, years and years ago, probably 20 years ago is the first time I ever heard of California wanting to split in half. And I think it's a daydream. I don't think it'll ever happen. And I don't have a problem with the Tesla cars. You know, if it works for you and you like it, that's fine. It's just when the politics try to get in there and force you to buy a vehicle that you don't want, you know, that's. I would laugh if California went red. That would be something, wouldn't it? Used to be years ago. I mean, look at when Reagan was governor out there. It was a red state. But, yeah, I feel if Democrats actually cared about going green for the betterment of humanity, there would be a much bigger push for hydrogen engines instead of the stupid electric engines. Sasnak, is it true a bunch of truckers did a lot of cocaine back in the day? No more than just regular general public. I would say less than the general public because of all the drug testing and stuff. But before they did all the drug testing, before I was trucking, you know, I was 35 years ago, so let's say 40 years ago, I don't think they did a lot of cocaine. Truckers back in the day, before I started trucking, they did a lot of speed, from what I understand, you know, to keep awake. You know, it wasn't, they did, I can't remember all the different pills, but they had those, what they called a West Coast turnaround, okay? It was some kind of pill, it was a speed pill, you know, and they would take it and it just kept them awake so they could drive all night and all day and all night and all day. And from the stories I heard of guys, you know, back in the day, there was, you know, you'd hear guys talking on the CB, not people that I knew, they'd just talk on the radio. And they would sit there and talk about, yeah, you'd sit there, you'd take those pills to stay awake for about 4 days, but when you come home, you'd crash and you slept for 2 or 3 days. So overall, in the big picture of a month's time or a year's time, you didn't make that many more miles because you spent so much time recouping from the miles when you drove. You know, it's just you're stealing from tomorrow is all you're doing. You know, so but yeah, there was a drug problem. I gather. I wasn't a part of that, so I don't know. Never done drugs, so I don't know. Not a big issue in my life. So, but from what I understand, that was an issue at one time, and that's why we have drug testing in transportation, in all transportation. You know, if you're a pilot or an engineer on a train, then I mean, you gotta do drug testing and all that kind of stuff. But everybody. I think the people think that drugs were so bad in trucking and stuff like that is because of like Hollywood movies and stuff, you know. Hollywood makes it look like, you know, like for instance, back in the Old West, you know, Hollywood makes it look like every other day there was a gunfight at the OK Corral. There was some on Main Street, the sheriff and some gunslinger come in and they did the face down, you know. Like that was an everyday occurrence, and it didn't happen very often at all. But when it did happen, they wrote about it. You know, the novelists and stuff, they wrote about it so much that it made it seem like it was. You know, and that's what I think a lot of this with the media now, the news and everything, it makes it sound like things are so bad compared to back in the other, you know, old days. The thing is, you hear about everything nowadays because everything is instantaneous. You know, let's just say, let's say something is going on right now in the country, somewhere in the world, but here in the States, and there's something going on in the States right now, as we speak right now. It's on the news in about 15, 20 minutes. It's making headline news on Fox and CNN and all those different channels, and you hear about it immediately. There were mass murders and killings and stuff back 200 years ago, but you just didn't hear about it. You know, you didn't hear about it until months later when some magazine wrote about it. You know, but you know, information is so instantaneous nowadays that it seems like, man, you know, you hear about that guy killed that guy in New York. Well, you know, on the subway in New York. Well, 200 years ago, you wouldn't have heard about that story. You know, if you lived in Idaho, you would have never heard that story. But now you do. So it seems like there's everything, you know, humanity is so much worse than it used to be. It's not. I don't think humanity is any worse than it used to be. It's just you hear about all of it. You got a bunch of crows out here calling. Anyway, so what else we got? Okay, Matt from America. I own a 2021 Nissan Leaf SL Plus, 64 kilowatt. It is a great car, but it has its use case. It's great for about 200 miles a day, but beyond that, it's a bit of a headache. To replace the entire battery is $4,500. Yeah, exactly. Now, I have no problem with somebody wants to have multiple cars, and they want to have before electric cars. This is 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and you needed to commute. Okay, you had your choice. You have your big Chrysler LeBaron, some large car or whatever, your Pontiac Bonneville or something like that, right? And it got about 8-9 miles a gallon because it had a big, you know, big block four barrel engine on, you know, big V8, and it got terrible fuel mileage. But gas was 68 cents a gallon, or, you know, 39 cents a gallon or whatever. So it didn't matter back then. But then when the gas crisis hit in the 70s, a lot of people kept their big cars for going on long trips, but just the day-to-day, just going to work, they bought a little bitty micro hatchback, a little dinky ass car that got really good fuel mileage. That's where the Japanese cars came in, the Toyotas and Nissans, or Datsuns. The Toyotas and Datsuns came in, and Mazdas, and people would buy those cars just for the daily commute because they got great fuel mileage. They were not very comfortable, but you're just in it from here to there, 20 miles, go to work, turn around, come back, and you could drive all week on that tank of gas. And then when the family wanted to go somewhere and do something, they used the big, you know, the Bonneville, you know, or the Caprice or whatever car, you know. They would use that car to go on a trip somewhere. Okay, so change that to today. Instead of buying that little, you know, Toyota hatchback or something, a little, little Datsun, what was the Datsun 210 hatchback or something like that? Anyway, you don't use them, you buy that Leaf. And if that's all you're gonna use it for is just to go to work back and forth, yeah, that's a great idea. Come home, let it charge overnight in the garage, get out, drive it to work, drive it back, and put it back on a charger overnight again. Okay, that's fine. I have no problem if you want to use that. I don't have any problem with electric cars. I think that the Teslas are amazing cars. It's just, I don't like when the government tries to force shit down my throat. If I want to buy a frickin' Tesla, I'll buy a Tesla. If I don't want to buy it, I don't need Joe Biden trying to force me to do it. It's not his damn job. freedom of choice. If you want to buy a Nissan Leaf to drive back and forth to work, power to you. That's what makes America wonderful, is you can do what you want to do. When they sit there and try to force you to do something, and if you buy that Nissan Leaf knowing that those batteries are only going to last so long and you're going to have to replace them someday, and there's going to be a day, $4,500 batteries, the car is not worth $4,500. So do you throw the whole car away, or do you put a new battery system in it, or what? You got to do your research and know what you're getting into when you buy that thing. Okay, but if you want to do that, that's fine. I'm all for doing what you want to do. I just don't like the idea of some government coming out and saying, no, we're not going to sell cars anymore, or gas cars anymore. The whole state of California says, nope, no more gas cars after such and such year. I don't even know what it is, 2030 or something like that. So after such and such year, we're not going to sell gasoline cars in the state at all. And eventually they'll come out with a law saying you can't drive your gas car in the state of California. And they're just trying to force it on us, and let it occur naturally. Let it occur naturally, and it'll all, 50 years from now, 40 years from now, everybody be driving an electric car, if that's the best way to go. Or a hydrogen car, or whatever, But when they sit there and try to force it on you, it irritates me. It's none of their damn business. Get out of it. Get out of my life. Oh, I drove a 93 Escort to work for 10 years and saved a bunch of money. There you go. Do it, but it's your choice, Dewey. There you go. That's what I'm saying. It's your choice to do it. My mom and dad, they had a little Ford Escort, and they drove around and loved that little car, because that's all they did is drove down to the grocery store and whatever. They eventually gave it to my niece. My niece has it right now. And, mom and dad have went and bought a four-door Camry. They don't drive that much, so, it works. It's a good car for them, Dad's got a Ford pickup, which hopefully one day will be mine. I want to buy it from him. He won't sell it. He's got a 99 Ford with the 7.3 diesel engine in it. And I can't wait to get that truck. But mainly because of the engine, But he's not ready to sell it yet, so. But yeah, it's in really good shape. There's no rust, they've kept it in really good shape. It's a little over 100,000, 120,000 miles on it, I think, something like that. So, one of these days that'll be mine, hopefully, So, but he still wants to keep it. There you go, Matt from America. I moved to Spirit Lake, Idaho, and quickly realized the Leaf is a no-go in the winter here. So I bought a truck. It's your choice, Matt. There you go. That's what I'm saying. If it works for you, then buy that Leaf, okay? I just don't need Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton or Gavin Newsom or Justin Trudeau. I don't need them telling me what the hell to buy. It's my choice, It's my money. It's my choice. Get the hell out of it. I had a 84 Ford Escort. It was my first new car. There you go. Yeah, Jane Bray. I talked to a guy who bought a brand new truck, and it died due to a chip, which China isn't producing right now. But he still has to make payments on the truck that he can't drive. Yep. Yeah. How did we get into this? How do we get in this situation? I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I moved from Idaho to Washington because it's preposterous, their position. Yeah. And that's it. People vote. People vote on election day, but they also vote with their feet. If they don't like what shit's going on, they pack up and move somewhere else where they like it better. I have, back 10 years ago, when I was running California every week, I actually started looking in. This is around 2015, I think it was. I actually started looking around, trying to find 2014, 2015, right along in through there, I actually started looking, trying to find where I could move to, get the hell out of this country because the country's falling apart, and just go somewhere else. Just pack up and leave, just like the Irish did. When they left Ireland, they come to America, just like the Germans did, just like the Italians did, just like all the European immigration back in the 19th century. They all came, hey, I don't like what's going on here in this country. Irish, I don't think the Irish didn't like what was going on. They were starving to death. They had someplace to go where they could, the potato famine and all that, But they packed up and left, went somewhere else that's better. And I looked into that. I don't like what's going on in this country, because back then that was Obama during that era, and I didn't like the way the country was going. I thought, well, how can I pack up and find someplace else to go? So I started looking around. And I looked into places like Belize, Thailand, places like that. Pack up and go somewhere else and live somewhere else. And I couldn't find any place that I liked better than America. So I'm for more of the point, hey, and I've said this about your Latin America countries, Mexico, Mexicans in Mexico, they don't like what's going on in their country, so they jump the border and come up here to America. People that are jumping across the border now aren't so much Mexicans, but Latin America and Venezuela and Cuba, places like that. They're leaving that country, getting over into Mexico, and then jumping across the border. They're trying to get somewhere better. Well, compared to their country, America's a hell of a lot better, and I don't blame them for wanting to come here. I just want them to come through the front door. That's all. But you look around, try to find different places in the world that you'd have a better life. And I looked around and where can I go? I kind of started looking into it as far as where could I go. I got $100 here in America, and with that $100 I could buy this much stuff. Okay. And if I went to that country and I had $100, I could buy this much stuff. Make that dollar last a lot longer. And I looked into it, and like I said, one of the countries was Belize, and Belize looks really pretty. The postcards you see and everything. Oh wow, it's right there on the ocean. You got a little villa right on the Gulf Coast and everything, looking out over the water, and that all looks real pretty and everything. But you start looking into the country a little bit, man. You don't leave the coast. If you go inland very far, it's dangerous. And because of all the drug running that goes through there and stuff. So. I don't know. I just, over the years, I finally realized I would love to go to Australia. But look at Australia now. Look at New Zealand. Australia, they took their guns away from them, and look at the way they've treated them during this whole pandemic crap, and they're still treating them apparently. That's not a good place to be right now. Canada, I have no problem with Canada. It's cold in the winter. I don't like the cold in the winter like that. But I thought Canada was really a pretty nice country, but they are way too I don't know, not all Canadians, of course, but their politics are strange to me, I guess. I don't know. But going to Canada, you're not going to save that much money. It's like if you move to Thailand or someplace like that, your $100 will buy a heck of a lot of stuff. You go to Canada, you're not saving any money by doing that. Okay. I don't know if crows are loud today. But anyway, so I look around trying to figure out. I don't really like the Asian cultures. Not anything mean about them or anything like that. It's just it's a very foreign. I wouldn't feel comfortable there. I feel comfortable in America because that's what I'm used to. You go to Asia and things are so different down there. Just the way they look at things and all that. Oh, he's got a mouse. That's what he's calling about. He's got a big old mouse. I think that's a mouse. Anyway, the big crow. He was bragging about his big mouse, I guess. So anyway, I don't know. Been a strange video today because I really haven't anything else to do. There's no bus back here to work on, so I just come out to do a video because I figured you guys haven't done one since last Thursday. So I figured I'd come out and do a video, just talk to y'all a little bit. So something that's coming up, actually, when I get off the video here, see that box right there, that box. I got 2 more flashlights. Well, supposedly 2 more. I haven't opened it up, so I don't know what's in there. They sent me a flashlight. They said they were going to send 2 of them, so we'll see when I open it up. But that's going to be a video I'm going to work on here this afternoon, and then that'll come out tomorrow or Saturday or something like that. I don't know. It's just another flashlight video that you guys, I don't like. He's a sellout. He's a sellout. No. They're offering me a flashlight. Do a video, keep the flashlight. Okay, thank you. I don't make a dime after that. I don't have any. I'm not into making money on the flashlights. I'm showing you. I like flashlights, and they give me a flashlight. That gives me a Christmas present to give to somebody. Okay, and what I'm pointing out is, I do these videos at this time of year, so you give you a gift idea for somebody. You can go buy a $30 flashlight for somebody. For your aunt or your grandma or something like that. Everybody uses a flashlight, and these are nice flashlights. They work well. Some of them are pricey. Some, that one I did the other day was a $100 flashlight. Not everybody wants a $100 flashlight. If you want one, they're great. I like that. I like the flashlight to be able to see. Okay, but these flashlights that I've got coming out that they sent me are about half as big as the ones that they're like $40 flashlight. And they're nice. They're a nice flashlight. I haven't opened it up yet, but they're probably about as big as this little eyeglass case, and they're good quality flashlight to throw in your kitchen drawer or in the glove box of your car. Buy one for yourself, or buy one as a gift or something. But so they offer me, hey, do a video on this flashlight. You can keep the flashlight and all that. Now, Olight had a deal with, I had to deal with them. Here's a flashlight, do a review on it, here's a product code and all this kind of stuff, and everybody that buys a flashlight, you get a commission on it. And the commission was nothing, because not that many people were buying, so I'm not trying to make money on the commissions on flashlights. It's just, they're offering me a free flashlight here, and I'll do a 10-minute video, I'll work on it for a little bit, and boom, I got a flashlight that I can give to somebody for Christmas, or if I like it, I'll keep it, These 2 that came in, I'll probably give those away. I haven't looked at them yet, but I assume what they look like to me is just a normal, regular flashlight. They're good quality. Man, Stan, $40. These I think are around $40. I think $40 flashlight. Wow, man, that's a lot to spend for a flashlight. No, not really. It's a rechargeable. Okay, if you buy a $10 flashlight and then put batteries in it, and then put more batteries in it, and put more batteries, it doesn't take long to get the $40. But batteries aren't cheap nowadays. So you put all these batteries in these flashlights, and you go to use it one day, and the batteries are dead. You got to go to the store, buy some more batteries, and stick them in there. These, you just plug them in, and 20 minutes later, they're charged, and you're ready to use them. And they're good quality flashlights. So I like them. So, but anyway, enough of that. That's what I'm going to work on, is that flashlight videos once I get off the stream today. So, I am running out of stuff to talk about. Next time I see you, maybe Monday, I don't know. Maybe I'll get the bus back, I don't know. But if I don't see you between now and Tuesday, get your ass out and go vote. Go vote. Okay? And me personally, I'm going to vote on election day. On the election day. Me personally, I think they ought to change the election rules to where you can only vote on election day. Okay? You can only vote on election day. See, this early voting, what I don't like about it, they can't check this stuff. Bullshit. You put your vote in, they know. They can, somebody's reading that stuff and finding out where the votes are. And if you vote 2 weeks ahead of time, that lets them go, ooh, wow. Well, we need we're going to really need some help over in this county of this state to get this guy elected, or this gal elected, whoever, and it gives them time to muster the troops to go in and cheat in that area. If you vote on election day, if everybody had only one day, on Tuesday, boom, that's it. You got to vote on that day and that day only. Exceptions will be military that are overseas, and they should vote on election day there and then count it, and they can call and say, hey, there were 800 votes on the military base here, okay? And here's who they voted for, okay? And send it in, okay? Nursing homes, that's, maybe have the election go to the nursing home and put a ballot box in the nursing home, okay? But do it on the election day, so they don't have a foretold, hey, this is where we're real weak, this is where we need to cheat, okay? Because they, like the previous election, they knew that Georgia was going to be real weak, so let's go down there and cheat in Georgia, and they proved it with the movies and stuff. You know, the Dinesh movie, what is it? 2,000 donkeys or something like that. So anyway, if you vote on that day, okay, another thing is when they vote, what's to keep me, now I know there's an answer, but what's to keep me from going down to this election place on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. and voting, getting in my car and driving over to another election place and voting there, and then go to another place and voting there? Nothing on election day. Now they'll go through and find out later on, hey, Sasnak voted 3 times here, and they'll come to me and say, hey, you're in trouble because you voted 3 times on election day, okay? So to keep them from doing that, you go in and you vote, and then you dip your index finger in green dye or red dye or purple dye or some kind of dye, so your finger is red. Instead of putting a little sticker on your, I voted, right here, I voted. You see my finger's red? I voted today, okay? And you go to the next place and your finger's red, guess what? You can't vote. Oh, well, Stan, what about the guy that doesn't have an index finger? People. Dye their nose red or something, I don't know. But it's just, how many people don't have an index finger? Very few. Very few people don't have a finger. But that way you can't go to another election place and, you know, and it would stop all this multiple voting and dead people voting, you know, crap like that. You know, they just, it could be fixed. It could be fixed so easy. The drug problem can be fixed very easily. I don't get into it, but it could be fixed. The illegal immigration, that could be fixed. Okay? That could be fixed. They don't want to fix it. Voting fraud, that can be fixed. They don't want to fix it. So that's what irritates is the people that are in power don't want to fix this shit. But anyway, go out and do your civic duty. Vote one time. Dip your finger in the ink. They can fix it, but they don't want to. All right, folks, I'm going to go over and open my box and start doing that video there, and we'll get with you next week probably, maybe Monday, I don't know, it just depends. Hopefully, he'll call me Friday, tomorrow afternoon and say your bus is done, come get it, hopefully. Then the way I can work on it this weekend, and I'll do a video on Monday. If I don't get the bus back until Monday, I probably go get it on Monday, go vote on Tuesday, I'll probably have a video next Thursday, okay? I don't know. But right now, I don't really have much to do except sit there and bitch about stuff. So we'll see y'all later, I suppose. Okay. What? There's a Sasnak sticker. But hold on. We got to talk real quick about that. Okay. What? There is a Sasnak sticker? Yes. Jane Bray, if y'all want a Sasnak sticker, we're not doing. Lisa said that there's not enough volume coming in to justify keeping that P.O. box down in Florida. for her. She has a P.O. box down there, and you'd mail her a letter with all the information and the money in it, and then she'd send you some stickers. Well, she's gonna get, as of I think October 31st was the last day, so she got rid of that P.O. box. So now, if you want a sticker, send me an email, sasnakvideo@yahoo.com. Sasnakvideo@yahoo.com. Okay, it's in the description down below here. All right, and send me an email. I will forward that email to Lisa. She can then do whatever, you know, you can mail it straight to her or whatever. I don't know exactly how it'll work, but anyway. So yeah, from now on, it'll be a little harder to get stickers. The biggest, easiest way is just meet me, you know, run across me out there and I'll give you a free one, you know. So with that, yeah, the new sticker issue. So yeah, don't send her any money into that P.O. box, because they'll return it to you, because the P.O. box isn't there anymore. So, all right, y'all be good, take care, and we will see you. And I don't know where Lisa, I haven't seen her today. Maybe she's not. There she is. No. There she is. She must have been busy doing something. So anyway, so yeah, send me an email and I'll forward it to Lisa, and then we can work that out. Okay. So with that, I think what she was going to do is I'll send an email to her with your in the email. Send your phone number or address or something. I don't know. Send that to me. I will forward it to her, and then she can contact you and tell you what to do. Okay. With that, y'all be good, take care, and we will see you whenever. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.